Very glad to be back. I'm going to close this door so we keep our heat in the building. So before we begin, think about what this last week was like for you. Do you remember last Shabbat? I remember last Shabbat. It's the days in between that are kind of muddy right now. Do you remember this week? The things that you did each week? It's really helpful on Shabbat to look back and try to remember what your week was like. It gives you a new appreciation of your week, and it gives you new enthusiasm to rest on Shabbat when you realize what you've been through this week. No matter how strenuous or peaceful, it helps you. So, been through a lot. I think one of the things we did was fix the streaming. Hello, everybody who's missed us the last few weeks. We're glad to be back. I've had some people contact me saying, you don't understand how important the streaming is, and I'm so glad they said that. Hi, cuz. So, we have I ask the kids all the time, what's the next holiday coming up? What's the next Jewish holiday coming up? And the answer is, the vast majority of the time is obviously Shabbat. And if you're paying attention this month, especially it's Shabbat. But we have a holiday that's not a Jewish holiday coming up this month. And I've been trying to remember to sing the songs that we have for that. So the song that I like to sing for the next holiday that's coming up at the end of this month is the one where I like to walk down the stairs and run up the stairs. We're going to say Hodu Ladonai, 2 words. Hodu, y'all give thanks. That's what Hodu means. Ladonai, to God. Hodu Ladonai, Hodu Ladonai, Hodu Ladonai, Hodu Ladonai, Hodu. One more time. Hodu Ladonai, Hodu Ladonai, Hodu Ladonai, Hodu Ladonai, Hodu. And you know it means y'all give thanks to God. But in Hebrew, the word Hodu also means turkey. So I just think it's a perfect song for Thanksgiving. I just love that one for Thanksgiving. And it's fun to run up the stairs again. I just like that. So, and it's supposed to be around, but we're getting there. Maybe by the time the Thanksgiving weekend comes around, we'll be able to do it as a round. I don't know. I'm not ready for tonight. So before we begin with blessing the candles and the wine, and I'm going to tell you something important because it was brought up to my attention that we don't give a good explanation, and I appreciate knowing this. If you look at our calendar, it will tell you that there's candle lighting. At what time was candle lighting tonight? Like almost 5 o'clock, right? Not even 5 o'clock, right? 4:53. So if you look at our calendar, the calendar online says that candle lighting is at 4:53. And if you don't know any better, you might show up to B'nai Zion at 4:53 expecting a candle lighting ceremony. And I don't blame you, because nowhere do we explain what that means. But what that means is lighting a fire is something that we don't do on Shabbat, or is a tradition not to do it. It doesn't mean no one does, and it doesn't mean I'm forbidding you. It's an interpretation of what does it mean to do work on Shabbat. If God worked for 6 days and rested, what kind of work did God do? Well, God kept creating something out of nothing. And a fire is one of those things that we can create out of nothing. And so one of the things that has been forbidden we know it was written down more than 2,000 years ago that it was something that was forbidden on Shabbat, is creating a fire, that was considered work. And I don't think it's just because of, the ways that people used to make a fire. I also like to think of it as making something that wasn't there. And so if lighting a fire is forbidden, and we start Shabbat by lighting fire, then you've got to do it in a way that you're not breaking Shabbat by blessing Shabbat. And so what we do is this. It's kind of a multifold trickery. I don't know how else to say it. It's a mitzvah miracle. And so what we usually do is we will have the candles lit before you show up here usually, although I'm not going to lie, they weren't lit before 5 in the evening today. Nobody was here except the people who showed up too early. So we will light the candles before you get here, but these are just candles. These are not Shabbat candles. They're not Shabbat candles until you say the blessing and turn them into Shabbat candles. And you'll see that one tradition about Shabbat candles is that you will say the blessing, and the blessing is going to be on page, what did I tell you? 65? 60. What? You swapped again? 65. Page 65 is where we're going to do the candle blessing. And so the candle blessing says that we thank God for making us holy by giving us commandments and commanding us about lighting the Shabbat light. Now, if we say Shabbat light, that's not a Shabbat light yet. But as soon as you say every other blessing that you do, every blessing we do, first you say the blessing, then you do the thing. You say the blessing and you eat the apple. You say the blessing and you shake the lulav. I mean, whatever it is that we do, first we say the blessing and then we do the thing. But if we say the blessing and we say, you made us holy by giving us commandments, and you commanded us about lighting Shabbat candles, and then you light the Shabbat candles, you just broke Shabbat. The first law of the first law of Shabbat is don't break Shabbat. And so the way to not break Shabbat is don't light a fire on Shabbat. But how do you do that? How do you do both at the same time? So I grew up in a tradition where you light the candles, and they're just candles. And then you cover your eyes and say the blessing, which is pretty tricky. How do you look at the candle at the same time and say the blessing without looking at the words? So there are also people who do it like this, that they'll cover up the candle so that they can't see the candles, but you can still look at the words and not see the candles. And so you can either cover up the candles or cover your eyes, and then you say the blessing, and when you open your eyes, poof, now they're Shabbat candles. So you're magic mitzvah people. That's a tradition. Not everyone does it like that, but that helps to answer the question about why we have a candle lighting listed on the calendar, because the candle lighting time that's listed on the calendar is 18 minutes before sundown. So why is it 18 minutes before sundown? Why isn't it sundown? Because you're not allowed to break Shabbat. So if, let's say, you get ready to light the candles, and you want to light the candles at, what did we say, 4:53, and what happens if your clock is slow and you light the candles at what you think are 4:53 and it's really 5:05? You just broke Shabbat, but you didn't mean to. So we've got an 18-minute leeway here. So as long as you get close to that number on the calendar and on the thing, then you're safe still. Try not to break it if that's something you're worried about. Not everybody here worries about the not lighting the fire on Shabbat. That's okay. So we are going to, before we continue then, thinking about what we went through this past week, everybody take a deep breath. In through your nose, out through your mouth slowly. Let it out slowly. It's supposed to relax you. Try again. Let it out slowly. Breathing is what gives us life. It's how we came into this world with life. And there's also a connection between the word linshom, to breathe, and nishama, your soul. On Shabbat, we're supposed to add an extra soul. So sometimes when I take that extra breath, it's not just to relax, but also to breathe in that extra soul that stays with us for all of Shabbat. So I'm going to call up Kathy and Diane, who are going to help us. Both of you could do both prayers, or you could, however you want to do it. We can help you, or you could do it by yourself, but we're going to be doing the prayers on, we used to do 1 5 3, shoot, 1 5 3, did you do that? Page 65, the tradition is we rise. Oh wait, hold on, I'm sorry. You're going to need one of these so that we can hear you. Thank you, sorry.
As these candles give light to all who behold them, so may we give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. We praise you, eternal God, sovereign of the universe. You hallow us with your mitzvot and command us to kindle the lights of Shabbat. Let there be joy.
Let there be light.
Let there be peace.
Let there be Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו, וציוונו להדליק נר של Shabbat. Shabbat candles. Cool. We're now going to turn to pages 167, 166 for the Kiddush, which is the sanctification of Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pri hagafen.
Amen.
We praise you, eternal God, sovereign of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine.
Amen.
We praise you, eternal God, sovereign of the universe. You call us to holiness with the mitzvah of Shabbat, the sign of your love, a reminder of your creative work and of our liberation from Egyptian bondage, our day of days. On Shabbat especially, we hearken to your call to serve you as a holy people. We praise you, O God, for the holiness of Shabbat.
Amen. L'chaim. You are welcome to be seated. Please make sure you say Shabbat Shalom, good Shabbos to someone you came in with, someone you didn't come in with. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. We are going to continue in our Singi tradition and turn to page 68. We're going to talk about how awesome it is for us to be here together. Hine ma tov u'ma na'im, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'ma na'im, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'ma na'im, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'ma na'im, shevet achim gam yachad. Many are the generations of Israel, and in every age and in every age we have sought the living God through Sabbath rest and worship. This time and place hold the power to increase our joy in the eternal. O God, even as we seek you in the sanctuary, help us to know that your glory fills all space. Make us understand that you are with us at all times if we but open our minds to you. We feel the presence of your Spirit in our homes and on our ways. We see the beauty of your creation in mountain, sea, and sky, and in the human form. We hear you speaking the truths the heart knows. May we be your witness to the world, your messenger to all the earth. May we show forth your image within us, the divine spark that makes us human. Yitgadal v'yitkadash merabah, ve'alma divra chiruteh, ve'amlich malchuteh, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon, u'v'chaye d'chol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala, ba'agala, u'vizman kariv, v'miru, Amen. Yehesh merabah mevarach, le'alam ul'almei almaya, yitbarach, yitbarach, v'yishtabach, v'yitpahar, v'yitromam, v'yinaseh, v'yitadar, v'yit'aleh, v'yit'alal, shemeh dikudisha, brichu, le'elamin kol berchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma, v'meru, amen. Baruchu et Adonai hamevorach, Baruch Adonai Hamevorach L'Olam Va'ed. As day departs, as the dark of night descends, we lift our eyes to the heavens. In awe and wonder, our hearts cry out, Eternal God, how majestic is your name in all the earth. A vast universe, who can know it? What mind can fathom it? We look out to the endless suns and ask, what are we? What are our dreams and our hopes? What are we that you are mindful of us? What are we that you should care for us? And yet, within us abides a measure of your spirit. You are remote, but oh, how near, ordering the stars in the vast solitudes of the dark, yet whispering in our minds that you are closer than the air we breathe. For you have made us little less than divine, and crowned us with glory and honor. With love and awe, we turn to you, and in the dark of the evening, we seek the light of your presence. Did you see the full moon this week? And did you see Mercury crossing over the sun? Did you see that? If you didn't see it, look it up online, because it's the coolest thing. It was so teeny compared to the sun. And you get to see this little teeny dot crossing across the sun like this. And it was just so cool. It makes this prayer makes me think of that this week. It's part of why I picked this. One and only God, you have made each of us unique and formed us to be united in one family of life. Be with us, Eternal One, as we seek to unite our lives with your power and your love. We proclaim now your oneness and our own hope for unity. We acclaim your creative power in the universe and in ourselves, the law that binds world to world and heart to heart. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malechuto Le'olam Va'ed. Please sit down unless you want to help me with this Ve'ahavta prayer on page 72. Anybody who wants to help, come on up. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. You got your own book. Let's pull this out. Anybody standing here? Doing? All right. I need you closer to the front. Ready, go. Yep. Is it on? Go.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך
בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. Would you continue in English, please?
You shall love your eternal God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your being. Set these words which I command you this day upon your heart. Teach them faithfully to your children. Speak of them in your home and on your way, when you lie down and when you rise up. Bind them as a sign upon your hand.
Let them be symbols before your eyes. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Be mindful of all my mitzvot and do them. So shall you consecrate yourselves to your God. I am your eternal God, who led you out of Egypt to be your God.
I am your eternal God. Thank you. I just sharing the mic. You want to stay up here for a minute? Okay. If we're not on the microphone, the people who are watching this are not going to be able to hear it. So you can lead the responsive readings while I read this part. How's that sound? So we are now on 73. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness, a world waiting still to be redeemed, give us, O source of good, the courage to say, there is one God in heaven and earth.
The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and your love.
From Egypt, the house of bondage, we were delivered. At Sinai, amid peals of thunder, we bound ourselves to your purpose. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, we survived oppression and exile, time and again overcoming the forces that would have destroyed us.
Our failings are many, our faults are great, yet it has been our glory to bear witness to our God and keep alive in the dark ages the vision of a world redeemed.
May this vision never fade. Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we sing with one accord, as Moses, Miriam, and Israel sang at the shores of the sea. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nehedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osef eleh, nora tehilot osef eleh. We'll continue at the top of page 74.
Who is like you? Oh,
That's
I
okay.
always get that part. Baruch atah.
No, do this part.
V'ne'emar, and it has been said, the Eternal One delivered Jacob and redeemed us from the hand of the one stronger than ourselves. Baruch atah Adonai, all Yisrael. We praise you, O God, Redeemer of Israel.
That's what I wanted to hear. Thank you. Do you want to sit back with your family? Thank you. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Eternal God, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up to find our hearts waiting to do your will. We praise you, guardian of Israel, whose love gives light to all the world. O God of Israel, may our worship on this day help us to grow in loyalty to our covenant with you and to the way of life it demands, the way of gentleness and justice, the path of truth and of peace. V'shameru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam berit olam. Beini uvein bnei Yisrael, oti le'olam, oti le'olam, oti le'olam. V'shameru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asah Adonai et ha-shamayim ve'et ha'aretz, v'shameru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, v'shameru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam berit olam. So the last word, you know, is my favorite word of this prayer, the vayinafash, because it means, they say that it means was refreshed, but it comes from the word to be resoled, not like when you do it to a shoe or to a tire tread, It is your soul, nefesh. You get a new soul, and I think that's part of the reason why they say that we have an extra soul on Shabbat, because when God rests, even God gets new nafashed. Vayinafashed, he gets God, she, it, God gets extra souled. We continue on page 76 as we rise for the tefillah. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Eternal God, open my lips that my mouth may declare your glory. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Leah, ve'Elohei Rachel, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tovim, V'koneh Hakol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, U'mevi Geula Livnei V'nehem, L'ma'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Ve'ezrat Sarah. Who wants some more Hebrew? Anybody voting for more Hebrew? Okay, let's do it. Top of 77. Ata gibor le'olam Adonai, mechaye hakol ata, rav lehoshia, mechalkel chaim bechesed, mechaye hakol berachamim rabim, somech noflim verofe cholim, umatir asurim, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר מחמוך בעל גבורות ומדומה לך מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל ברוך אתה אדוני Mechaye hakol. You are Kadosh, holy. Your name is Kadosh, holy. And those who strive to be Kadoshim, holy, declare your glory day by day. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. We praise you, Eternal One, the Holy God. You may be seated. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי, שומרי, שומרי שבת, קורא עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי, שומרי, שומרי שבת, קורא עונג שבת. מקדשי מקדש שבי שבת, כולם יספעו ויתענגו מטובך שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי, שומרי, שומרי שבת, קורא עונג שבת. והשבי רצית בו, רצית בו וקידשתו שבת, חמדת ימים אותו קראת שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי, שומרי, שומרי שבת, קורא עונג שבת. זכר למעשה, למעשה בראשית שבת, זכר למעשה, למעשה בראשית שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי, שומרי, שומרי שבת, קורא עונג שבת. God of Israel, may our worship on this Sabbath bring us near to all that is high and holy. May it bind the generations in bonds of love and sharing, and unite us with our people in common hope and faith. And through Sabbath rest and worship, May we learn to find fulfillment and joy in the vision of peace for all the world. You are with us in our prayer, in our love and our doubt, in our longing to feel your presence and do your will. You are the still, clear voice within us. Therefore, O God, when doubt troubles us, when anxiety makes us tremble and pain clouds the mind, we look inward for the answer to our prayers. There may we find you, and there find courage, insight, and endurance. And let our worship bring us closer to one another, that all Israel and all who seek you may find new strength for your service. Eternal source of good, we give thanks for the numberless gifts and blessings that fill our days, for life itself and its endless variety, for all that sustains body and mind, for love and friendship, for the delights of the senses, and for the excellence of your Torah, which deepens our life and enriches our days. Teach us, God of wonders, to work We continue together in English below the Hebrew. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country, that it may always be a stronghold of peace and its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within its borders, health and happiness within its homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship among the inhabitants of all lands. And may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. We praise you, O God, the source of peace. We take a moment now for silent prayer, whatever the prayer is that's in our hearts, or if you want, there's a prayer for you on the bottom of page 80. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל העולם, ואמרו אמן. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. ואמרו אמן. At this point in our service, our hearts and our prayers turn to those who are ill or recuperating. We turn to the inside back cover of the prayer book, and I turn the microphone off for a moment as I call out the Yogi. For all these names, for the names we choose to hold in our hearts and not say out loud, we pray together. O God, in our hearts we name those who are facing illness and pain. We join our prayers with the prayers of all who love them. Give them renewed comfort and courage. Strengthen in them the healing powers you have placed within us all. Guide the hands and hearts of those who are entrusted with their care. May the knowledge of your love and ours give added hope to them and to their dear ones. May they find even greater strength because our prayers are linked to theirs. Baruch atah Adonai, Rofei HaCholim. We praise you, eternal God, the source of healing and health. Nuyad misheberach avotenu ve'imotenu. May the one who blessed and protected our ancestors guard all those whom we've entrusted with the responsibility of defending our freedom and protecting us in this country, in the land of Israel, and everywhere they have been called to serve. Give them courage to succeed and strength to persevere. May they return home safely, and let us say. I wrote down my notes today. I don't know why. I never do that. But the Torah portion this weekend is so big that it has very little to do with it. It's not why I wrote it down. But it's got lots of stories that I know you'll recognize, including the Akedah, the binding of Isaac, including Sarah being told that she's going to have a baby in a year and her giggling about that, and naming the kid Yitzchak. And come tomorrow. That's my commercial. Come tomorrow. There's so much in it. We're going to have to talk really fast and we'll get it done. So these strangers come, and Abraham goes running, and I don't want to remind you that it was right after he just had been circumcised, and he goes running, and Sarah says, I am withered, and my husband is old. Are we going to have a child now? And God talks to Abraham just a few moments later and says, your wife was laughing. What, your wife doesn't think I could do this? And Abraham goes to her and says, were you laughing? God said, and she says, well, I wasn't laughing. So it's God in the end that tells the story and leaves out the part about where she said Abraham was too old. God repeats the part that Sarah said she thought she was too old. And from this, every single commentary I heard this week alone, it's not always the commentary for this Torah portion, but this week, the commentary from every person who sent in a commentary said that this is about lying. And when is lying good and when is lying not good? And let me tell you, I've been struggling a lot with that. When is lying good and when is lying not good? And when is it lying and when is it helping? And every single commentary that I read this week uses this example that I'm not necessarily happy about. I want to know what you think about this. They use the example about when the wife says to the husband, so does this outfit make me look fat? And that every husband knows not to answer that question. And I'm offended by that question and answer process. Why can't you tell the wife that, her slip is sticking out, or it's not the most attractive outfit she has, or this week she doesn't look good with that on, or one said, well, maybe you should just say, it brings out the color of your eyes, honey. It's a beautiful dress. Like, why can't you say something? She wasn't asking that. She was serious. She's about to go out in public, and she doesn't want to be humiliated, and you are her mirror, and why can't you help? And why is that a problem? And why should you be taught to tell these little white lies? I've been struggling with that as an answer all along. And God was our role model in this when God, according to tradition, left out the little tidbit about how Sarah laughed at Abraham. So I don't know. I want to know what you think about that, about what's the right thing to say in those times. When he isn't being truthful about how she looks, I think it's kind of sad. It didn't feel like a good, helpful lie to me at those times. This time of year is big on what we are supposedly considering helpful lies. Since my family never did it, I didn't grow up believing in it, I'm not sure what the value of it telling our families, our kids about, and I'm sorry to say this, I'm not going to go too far on this, Santa Claus? Why can't children know that parents work really hard and give them lots of presents? I don't know why that's not a thing. Why do we have to tell them? I'm not going to go much further on that, but I'm just saying that's supposed to be a helpful lie, and I haven't figured out how that helps. But I want you to think about the power of language. I obviously do a lot. That's why I pursued a degree in linguistics. I'm always thinking about how amazing it is that we can communicate with each other, that human infants are capable of understanding the world through language, that every human culture has developed ways to express itself and communicate, that subjects and predicates seem to be hardwired into our brains. And more than just who does what, because maybe not everybody calls them subjects and predicates, but descriptions of the things that we see around us. And more complex, we think about concepts of time, something that is happening or happened before or will happen. It's awesome what we can accomplish with language. You've heard me tell the story before about that one Central American country. They don't exist anymore, but they always saw life as if the past is what's in front of them, and the future is what's behind them, because the past is what you can see, and the future you can't see. We don't see life like that, and I love that. I love that people see things in different ways. So what if we don't speak? One of the things that stresses me about this week's Torah portion is that it includes the story of the binding of Isaac, and you've heard me stress about that over the High Holy Days. But the silence, the not speaking, the silence in that story is palpable. Avraham is a guy who is used to making things happen, taking control by using words. Strangers come, and in the story, he tells everybody what they're supposed to do, what foods to bring and what not to bring, and what to make and what not to do and what to pull. He does that. God says the towns over here are corrupt, and God is going to destroy those towns. And Avraham asks God, I would say challenges God, whether God would destroy a place even if there were good people there. God sees Avraham's point and doesn't destroy the towns. Then God tells Avraham to use his child as an offering. And Avraham, at least what we know, at least what we see in the story, doesn't say, wait, what? No challenge, no words at all. The journey to the place, quiet. The walk up the mountain, quiet. Except for Isaac asking where the offering is, and Avraham hushing him, saying, God will provide the offering. Words have power, and silence has power. The lesson we learn in life and from Torah, I hope, if we're studying it, is when to be silent and how and when to use our words. I am using my words now to challenge you. Read the words of the Torah. Discuss them with your family and friends. See if you can understand when it was appropriate to be quiet or to use words in the Torah. See if you can find examples in your own life and find lessons that help. Tomorrow, here in Shreveport, is Election Day. Elections tend to be preceded by a lot of words. Some of them may or may not be lies. I can say that I have definitely seen people using language to lie, and not usually to try to protect my feelings in a way that saying my outfit looks good would protect me. We have access to so many sources of words these days that it's honestly difficult to know what are truths and what are lies sometimes. I started to and erased a bunch of the things that I have seen just in the past 24 hours since the president came here. Some of the things that people reported, I did not get to go yesterday. You know, I'm home. I don't know what the president said, and I don't know what the president tweeted, but I started getting these reports of things that I can't believe any human would have said. I don't believe they're right or wrong, but I don't know. But people are trying to pretend that they're real words so that it will try to influence me one way and then another way. I truly hope that you find out what is true and choose a candidate that you truly believe speaks the truth and doesn't use words to lie or to harm. And make sure you use your words wisely too. Meanwhile, I am so glad that you have chosen to share words of worship with us tonight. These words that we pray here touch my soul. Sharing them with you makes me feel great. It makes me feel like my outfit for tonight makes me look lovely. And I'm not lying when I say You look great tonight, too. It's one of the advantages of being created, B'Tselem Elohim, in the image of God. I don't lie when I say that, although I don't know that I'm telling the truth. I don't know that we all are in the image of God. I don't know, but I believe it. And I know that I believe that we can all act in a way that reflects that we are in B'Tselem Elohim, in the image of God, starting with the way we use our words. Shabbat Shalom. Our Vice President has words that she wants to share with us. Kind of. I think I'm putting words in your mouth when I use this. I think you are. Bless Labrit. I hope that these words make sense, and I do not intend to lie.
Shabbat Shalom. Diane and Kathy, thank you so much for being our blessers tonight. Please note the office area at B'nai Zion will be under construction for the next few weeks. I thought
We're getting really close
Okay.
to being finished. There's
I
carpeting
just keep
and
reading
cabinets.
the next
and-
few weeks, so
I
I just
know.
thought I'd
Safe.
point that out.
It's not a lie, but it may be not. It may be a lie. It may be ready this week. I don't know. It's getting close.
But anyway, for the time being, the office is being shared with the Federation office space. They plan to maintain normal office hours throughout the construction period, and all of us appreciate your patience and understanding. A group from B'nai Zion will be volunteering at the food bank this coming Monday from 9 to 11:30. Contact Helene if you still think you can help. The people of the book club would like to watch Jojo Rabbit at Robinson Film Center together and ideally talk about it afterwards. The movie is about Jojo, who is a lonely German boy who discovers that his single mother is hiding a Jewish girl in their attic. Aided only by his imaginary friend, Adolf Hitler, Jojo must confront his blind nationalism as World War II continues to rage on. If you would like to join them, please let Helene know if you prefer November 24th around 4 p.m. or November 25th at 5:30. Once they know who wants to join them and when, they will decide when and where to meet to discuss the movie. Please mark your calendars for Lam Haas's conducting the service December 6th and being called to the Torah as a bar mitzvah. Join his family for the service and a special Oneg Shabbat afterwards. Then the following weekend, Tammy Courtney and myself will be celebrating our 75th birthday.
You're lying.
We don't lie.
See?
And we hope you will share our Shabbat evening on December 13th for a special Oneg, which will follow the service. The Jewish community Hanukkah party, including a special performance by the nationally known team, the Bible Players. Dinner will be served. Plan to join us the first night of Hanukkah, December 22nd, beginning at 5 p.m. Watch for more details about celebrating Hanukkah. If you have information for the December bulletin, please let Rabbi know. Think about Mazel Tov information, special events we should know about, etc. Donations were made to B'nai Zion or for pulpit flowers in memory of Vivian Murov by Beth and Ellis Murov and Mimi Murov, and in memory of Mary Toys by Goldie Maris and Sharon and Elliot Goldman.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Now, if you are under the age of 13 and you want to help me, please join me up on the bima. Boing, 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 quickly, quickly. You can come up. Come on up. 148. Everybody else is turning to 148. Get ready as soon as the ark is open. I need you to stand up when the ark is open. You could share my book, Liam. When the ark is open, please rise. Go. That's good. Torah. Ready? Okay. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula liotzer breshid, shelo asanu kegoye haratzot, v'lo samanu kemishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu koreim umishtachavim umodim, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And on the facing page, we're going to sing. V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai l'melech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. When the ark is closed, you may be seated. Not crashing into anybody? Good. Nice job. Thank you, everybody. I love being able to honor my young congregants and friends. We continue on page 151. And I am sad to report that we have lost 32 people in our military this year. We have added to our police officer losses this week. We have lost 106 police officers this year. We have added to our K-9 officer losses. We have lost 22 K-9 officers this year. And we have added to our firefighter losses. There are 2 firefighters died this week. We have lost 51 firefighters this year. May we always be grateful that there are people who rush into dangerous situations so that we can stay safe. May their families know that we consider their memories a blessing. May their families be consoled. We continue on page 151. Race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, let us meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death, and I'll give you a few moments of silence to remember in the way you want, either by reading one of these readings or whatever's in your heart. However brief may be our time on earth, O God, you endow our fleeting days with abiding worth. We now recall the loved ones whom death has taken from us this past month. We remember Johnny Engelbert and Electra Churchill. And we remember congregants' parents who died within the past year. We remember Claire Anthony, Lucy Branis, Isabel Posner, and Carol Ginsberg. And as we remember those who died at this season in years past, we take them into our hearts with our own. Those for whom we're observing your site this week include Wynne Cal, Theodore Rubin, Ike Heidingsfield, Bertrand I. Kahn, Joanne Selber-Vedlitz, Rena Feldman, Saul Klumak, Richard Rutman, Alex Feigelson, Minnie Morris, Vivian Murov, Mary Toys, Marguerite Dupree, and Stan Shaw. In this moment of memory, our griefs and sympathies are mingled. Loving God, we rise as together we praise your name. A mourner's Kaddish is found on page 154. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divra chiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh, b'chayei chon u'v'yomei chon u'v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehe shemei Rabbah mevarach la'alam olamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal shemei d'kudsha b'richu le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehe shalama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. Amen. Please be seated. I would like to ask you to please turn to page 159 while those who are under the age of 13 come up and help me with the challah. Page 159. Ein keloheinu, ein kadonenu, ein kemalkeinu, ein kemoshienu, micheloheinu, michadonenu, michemalkeinu, michemoshienu, nodel Eloheinu, nodel Adonenu, nodel Malkeinu, nodel Moshienu, Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshienu, Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu. It's a challah. It's a homemade challah. Thank you, Bethany. Ready? Wait, I've got to bring you a microphone so we can hear you saying the blessing. Otherwise, we can't hear you at all. Ready? Get set. Who's going to start it? Hamotzi lechem min haaretz, we give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rising as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz, b'te'ah. It's this microphone. I'm sorry. We'll figure that out. I take the plate, you take the bread. Yes, thank you. Something with this microphone, we'll figure that out. I don't know what it was. Sorry about those noises. We didn't mean to do that. Please rise for the closing benediction. There's more challah out there. There's enough for everybody out there and other goodies. So, use your words for good things. That wasn't a surprising sermon, was it? Not lying, that's not a surprising sermon, is it? Figuring out what the other person is trying to say and why they're saying it and being kind. It is a blessing for us to be here together. I love when we get to be here together. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you. May God protect you. Yair Adonai panav elecha v'choneka. May the light of God's face shine upon you and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God's face be lifted up to you. May God grant you peace. Shabbat shalom. Hodu l'Adonai, hodu l'Adonai, hodu